Marvel Champions custom content is something we don't talk a lot about in this channel, but something that's always kind of fascinated me because people put all this time, effort, and energy to design heroes that they are passionate about. And I thought it'd be a little fun to kind of go through some of these designs, right? We're just going to go through a little bit of a snippet today. These are just highlights from a live stream I did where I did a bit more. If you're interested in like a master list of all the ones I was looking at, I'll put a link down in the description so you can check it out so you can see it. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give a little bit of awareness to this community because they do a lot. Like the amount of work that must go into this stuff is insane. And I think in the future, what I would like to do is print some of these out, get them printed out, and then show them off on stream because there are some really cool designs that people did. Like there was some really fascinating stuff. So I think that'd be really cool to do. Anyway, do me a huge favor before you go, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So let's look at Daredevil, right? So this is Rainy, Matt Murdock, right? 3 recovery, 6 hand size, 10 hit points. Pretty standard, right? Pretty standard card overall. Oh, okay. The defense rests. Response after thwart. After you make a basic recovery, remove 2 threat from a scheme. It's interesting. It's an interesting idea. It's actually pretty strong for solo. That'd be really strong for solo, actually. To be able to thwart 2, control the board down and alter ego. That'd be huge. That'd be kind of silly strong. Okay, Daredevil 222 stat line, always strong, 5 hand size, 10 hit points. When an enemy would be given a boost card during an attack against you, give them 1 additional boost card. Oh, okay. Then look at each boost card and discard 1 of them. That's pretty interesting. Right, because that will help you manipulate the deck too. Because like even if I would take a higher boost card just to get rid of shadows, it's definitely inspired by his ally version. Yeah. I like the artwork a lot. This artwork's solid. This one looks weird. I don't like this drawing style. It looks weird to me. That looks really solid. That looks really solid. But I'm like, I'm not an artist, right? I'm not an artist. Also, they'd be a defender / Marvel Knight. Be interesting if we ever get a Marvel Knight keyword. All right, so let's look at this card. X cost event. Let the devil out. He has 15 cards. So make the following attack X times to a maximum of 4 against targets of your choosing. Oh, okay. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. So you could spend 4 for 8, right? Essentially. Make the following attack X times against targets of your choosing. So this is a 4 for 8 card, which is actually really expensive. But the fact that you could break it up is better, right? Or it could be a bit better. All right, so that's not bad. You're right. Warrior skill, Leon would pump this up crazy amounts, making a 4 for, oh God, 3, 6, 9, 12. 4 for 12. Let's go. Yo, let's go. Yeah, so if you did warrior skill with this, and if you did the aggressive energy with it, it could be really crazy. And Leon, you're right in the sense that like the stuff that is doing this recently with the like add damage to each attack, like cards like this become that much stronger. And that, yeah, this could actually be really gross if you're playing it in aggression. All right, so he's got 2 copies of it. So then he's got 2 cost event, make them talk. It's an attack thwart. Hero action, attack thwart, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Remove 2 threat from a scheme. If you pay for this card with at least 1 fist resource, deal 1 additional damage. Science resource, remove 1 additional threat. So if you do it with a fist and a science, it's a 3 damage, 3 threat removal card for 2. Which is decent. All right, that's pretty decent. It's not like crazy strong, but it's decent for sure. I think cards that do attack and thwarting is interesting. Because we haven't seen a ton of them. Obviously, there's a few, but we haven't seen like massive amounts of them. So it would be cool to see more of those cards. So wait, what was... There's a fist resource. Okay, so this is a fist resource too. Make them talk has 2 of them? 3 of them? 1, 2, 3. 3 make them talk. All right, defense thwart card. Okay, interesting already. 1 cost event, energy resource. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent up to 3 of that damage. Okay. Remove 2 threat from a scheme, ignoring any crisis icon if you pay for this card using a science resource. That's pretty decent. I like this idea though of a defense thwart card. When you take any amount of damage, prevent up to 3 of that for a 1 is solid in itself. So overall, already is looking pretty well-rounded, pretty interesting, well-rounded stuff. There's 2 of those cards. Okay, so 8 is Radar Sense. Max 1 per phase. Super power card, 0 cost though. When you would be dealt an encounter card, deal yourself 2 encounter cards instead. Look at each of those encounter cards and discard one of them. Return this card to your hand. Alright, so when you be dealt an encounter card, deal yourself 2 encounter cards instead. So look at each of them and discard one. I think that's an interesting concept. I think it's a really interesting concept. I like the idea of it. It's weird that it goes back in your hand. I feel like that's really strong. Like, could be really strong. It's basically free, like really free for that round to be able to look at those 2 cards. Because then you could just use it as a resource or whatever. Foggy Nelson, 1 cost support. Alter Ego Interrupt. Okay, I like this. When you or the Nelson and Murdoch support. Wait, who's the Nelson and Murdoch support? Oh, okay, it's the next card. When you or the Nelson and Murdoch support remove any amount of threat from a scheme, remove 1 additional threat. Okay, interesting on this because all you have to do is recover, right? So you recover to remove 2. Wait, was that thwart? Yeah, it is a thwart. So that would team up with this one. So you remove 1 additional threat every single time you healed. So Foggy Nelson is interesting. I think it definitely powers up his alter ego ability, which is interesting. What's this? Wait, we have to look at this other card. Nelson and Murdoch. 1 cost support, exhaust Nelson Murdoch, draw 1 card, and remove 1 threat from a scheme. Oh, that's gross. We start off 6 hand size and alter ego. That would bring us up to 7, which is crazy. That's crazy. And all you have to do is exhaust this card. It's a 1 cost support. And you pair it up with this. Your alter ego side could thwart 4 total and recover 3, like very easily, which seems kind of strong. All right, Billy Club, 1 cost upgrade, weapon restricted. When you attack, defend, or thwart, exhaust Billy Club, deal 1 damage to an enemy. It's pretty standard, pretty good. I don't think it's anything crazy. I think that's fine. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay, so you get 2 of them. Okay, so you get the 2 restricted weapons. I think that's fine. That's a fine card. 2 cost upgrade, Devil of Hell's Kitchen. When the villain phase ends, exhaust Devil of Hell's Kitchen. Choose to either ready Daredevil or remove 1 threat from each scheme. Okay. Could be pretty powerful. Readying up Daredevil's interesting. But I feel like you wouldn't be defending with him a lot. Like Protection Daredevil, I don't know how well he would work. Because his defense card, you didn't have to exhaust, right? It's just when you would take any amount of damage. Alright, and then Man Without Fear. 1 cost upgrade, Man Without Fear. Too many thwart. He has a lot of thwarting ability. Alright, 1 cost upgrade, Man Without Fear. After a minion or side scheme enters play, exhaust Man Without Fear. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for an attack, defense, or thwart event and add it to your hand if you cannot ready Man Without Fear. I don't know why it would let you ready it. Well, I do know. I don't think it should let you ready it. I think that's a little too strong. You should be forced to take the risk. It's definitely not bad. I don't think it should let you ready it. I think the penalty should just be you can't get the top 5 cards. Because then can't you just... Well, I guess it's after a minion. So if another minion or side scheme comes into play, then you can do it again, which is kind of weird. So I don't love that. But it's fine. I feel like this Daredevil can get so many cards and thwart so incredibly easy on Alter Ego. So Daredevil Nemesis, like shooting fish in a barrel. Force interrupt. When the villain phase begins, deal 2 damage to the first player. No, thank you. Oh no, that's terrible. Okay, so I take back a lot what I said about Daredevil. He is now suddenly hard. gets a boost icon too on everything. Only 2, so you have to thwart it immediately. But that's a terrible force interrupt. That's terrible. All right, so Bullseye, who's also somebody else's nemesis, right? Isn't Bullseye a nemesis already? I can't remember. 1 scheme, 3 attack. That's fine. 4 life. After Bullseye engages you, discard an ally or persona card you control. That's fine. If you cannot, take 3 damage. That stinks a lot. That's pretty rough. Bullseye's attack gains ranged and piercing. That's an interesting mechanic. I like that. In my sights. Warning reveal. Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck and take 1 damage for each boost icon discarded this way. If no boost icons were discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Ooh. That could be rough with cards nowadays. Crossfire from Hawkeye. Okay, yeah, you're right. Thank you. That's a rough card. In my sights again. Rough card. And another in my sights. So 3 of them. And his obligation is court hearing. You may flip to alter ego, choose exhaust Matt Murdock, remove it from the game, seek a side scheme from the encounter deck and reveal it, discard this obligation. Okay. So, but you could pair this up, right? You could do this, get a side scheme. To work with this, as long as you stay on hero side. Which could be good, maybe. So that is Rainey's Daredevil. What do you all think in chat? Let me know. Give it like a rating of like a 10, right? 10 is like Valkyrie. And 1 is like Doctor Strange, right? So like the best Valkyrie, or 1 Strange, or whatever you want to fill it in with. So I haven't looked at many of them yet, but I like the idea of a lot of this stuff. Like, I love this. Like, I think I have nothing else to judge on with custom content. So, like, I don't know, like 7 or 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty solid. I think it's a little too strong with thwarting on alter ego side. I think it's just like a little too strong, but it's like solid. Your scale has confused me. It's very simple. 8, 3 for your scale. Oh, so you think this is terrible? Interesting. Yeah, so like for me, it's like a 7 or an 8, right? And again, I don't have much to compare with yet, so we'll see if it changes over time. Maybe I'll go back to this. But I think it's too easy to thwart on the alter ego side. Like, it's really strong. I think Man Without Fear is kind of interesting. That readies up, right? That seems kind of weird to me, but it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just weird. This was designed 2022, actually last year, a little less than a year old. Now, here's the thing that we should note really fast. I love Black Cat. So, chat, you may have to keep me in check on this. All right, Black Cat, hero. 1/1/1. 4 hand size. Oh my gosh, sure, Red Beast knows comment apparently. 1/1/1, 4 hand size, 9 hit points. Yikes. Yeah. Exhaust Black Cat, resolve the special ability on a Black Cat card or Black Cat's loot card. Okay, we'll see what that is in a second. Oh, 4 hand size. Jeez, you killing me? All right, what's Felicia? 4 recovery. Choose 3 directive upgrades and put them into play under your control. Also, side note, I should note that this is done by Ek August. Ek August did this deck. Okay. Put them into play under your control. Choose 3 directive upgrades and put them into play under your control. Okay. Okay. Shuffle the Black Deck's loot set. Wait, is there a whole nother set of cards into the encounter deck? Wait. Oh my gosh, there are cards of yours that go in the encounter deck. Let's go. Okay, don't get too excited, D20. Don't get too excited. Okay. Always be running. I see where the inspiration's taken for that. A null cost permanent directive card. Black Cat gets +1 attack. Okay. Exhaust, always be running and take 2 damage. Ready Black Cat. She gets +1/+1/+1 until the end of the round. All right, so dress. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Is this just making her? So its setup is choose 3 directive upgrades and put them in the player under your control. And there's 4 different ones, it looks like. Okay, so you could pick 3 of the 4. So you can give her +1 attack, and then you could exhaust it to take 2 damage, whatever. There's a plus thwart 1. So exhaust dress for the occasion and place 2 threat on the main scheme. Choose to either give Felicia Hardy a tough status or confuse the villain. Okay. Take 2 damage with 9 hit points. Never. Exactly. Ek August's Jessica Jones is very cool. You'll have to check that in the future. Okay, next one is a +1 defense. After you defend and take no damage, exhaust, have an exit strategy. Have an exit strategy. Deal 1 damage to the attacking character, remove 1 threat from a scheme, and draw 1 card. That's pretty interesting. What's this one? Okay, +1 hand size. Okay, now this is getting interesting. So think fast, move faster. When you withdraw any number of cards, draw one additional card. Discard one card from your hand at random. That's a little weaker. That force interrupt's a little weaker. Okay, wait. So how did this work with the directives? Was there something in there or no? Exhaust Black Cat, resolve special ability on the Black Cat card. Or okay, no. So nothing is there with that yet. That's fine. All right, so that's interesting, right? I kind of like the idea that they give you 3 out of 4 chances. I think it'd be better if there's only like 2, because I think that'd make this a bit harder. I almost would just go attack, thwart, hand size. But I don't play a lot of defense, so maybe that's why. Also, this Black Cat deck has 19 cards, which I love already. All right. 3-cost ally, Peter Parker. Spider-Man. Sorry. I spoiled his identity. 2/2/3, which is fine. While you control 2 or more upgrades from Black Cat's loot set. Okay, these are not loot cards. Treat Spider-Man's text box if it were blank, except for traits. So his special is to stun the enemy. Okay, interesting. It's a 3-card invocation deck. Yeah. Interesting idea to boost your stats. Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate it. I like it's like choose your own adventure style. Alright, so he has a special of stunning an enemy. Okay. Break and enter. 0 cost X cost event. Hero action. Discard X cards from the top of the encounter deck. If you discard any cards from the Black Cat loot set, put one of those cards in the play under your control. So you can just decide how many cards you want to discard. All right, so you can discard any amount of cards you want from the top of the encounter deck. If you discarded any cards from that Black Cat loot set, put one of those cards in the play under your control. Okay, that's fine. Okay, there's 2 of them. That's fine. Crack the code. 2-cost event for thwart. 2 for 3 thwart removal. If you control 2 or more upgrades from Black Cat's loot set, remove 1 additional threat for that scheme for each of those upgrades. Alright, we'll have to see what the loot set is. Alright, it's 3 threat removal. Alright, feline dexterity, 1-cost event. Hero action, choose 1. Resolve the special ability on a Black Cat card. So this could be Peter Parker, right? Or a Black Cat loot card. Choose an attachment with the text hero action, hero response, and discard that attachment. Could be good, right? We've seen that before, how that's screwed over a lot of people. So that's not terrible. That's an interesting card. There's 3 of them. Holy cow. Savvy Strike. And we've only seen 1 card so far that has a special. That's been Peter Parker. 2-cost event. Attack. Deal 3 damage to an enemy. So 2 for 3 attack is not great. If you control 2 or more upgrades from Black Cat's loot set, deal X additional damage to the enemy for each of those upgrades. So we'll see how many it is. But okay. That I guess could be good. Savvy Strike. It's 3 of those. Okay. The Crew. 1-cost support. When you use one of Black Cat's basic powers, exhaust the crew and remove 1 crew counter from here. Black Cat gets +1 to that power for that use. Okay, so now she could swing for 3 or like thwart for 3, right? Depending on what kind of thing you have going out there. Interesting. The special is to place 2 crew counters on here. Okay, so that's 2 special cards we've seen. All right, upgrade Black Cat's claws. Special, deal 1 damage to each enemy. Okay, I like that. Force interrupt. When you would discard cards from Cat's burglary's force responsibility, discard 1 additional card. I don't remember what that was. Was that the alter ego or hero? No, that's something else. I don't know what Cat burglary is. When you would discard cards from Cat's burglary's force response. Is that the next card? No. I don't know what that is yet then. Discard 1 additional card. All right, so we're about to see what that is. So we don't know what that is yet. 2-cost upgrade for Black Cat's mask. Remove 1 threat from each scheme. Could be good. When you would discard cards from Cat's okay. Same exact thing. So we need to see these burglary cards, right? Okay, here we go. It's a permanent setup card. Interesting. Interesting. Force response. After Black Cat uses one of her basic powers, okay, discard X cards from the top of the encounter deck, where X is equal to the basic power. If you discard any cards from Black Cat's loot set, put one of those cards into play under your control. Ooh, that seems strong. Force interrupt. When a card from Black Cat's loot set is revealed, discard it and reveal the top card of the encounter set. Oh, okay. So it doesn't replace a card. It's just shuffled somewhere into that deck, which is interesting. Anti-symbiote suit. Let's go. Black Cat gains the symbiote trait. Heal 2 damage from your hero. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. All right, so you would get this. You would have so many upgrades. Heal 2, deal 2. And if it's a boost icon, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Oh, God. Interesting. Okay. Big score. Exhaust big score and a directive upgrade. Generate the printed resource. There you go. That's why it's on there. So once you get this card from the encounter deck, you would be getting like a 2 resource generator every time. That's kind of really good. And special, each player draws 1 card. This card gains +3 boost icons. All right. Dormammu's. Dormammu's. Mamu. Cloak. Null cost upgrade. Black Cat gains Retaliate 1. Special, reduce the resource cost of the next card you play this phase by 1. Okay. Iron Cat armor. Let's go. Null cost. Black Cat gains 5 hit points and gains aerial. Remove 3 threat. Divide among schemes as you choose. Okay. Boost icons to villain schemes. This one you exhaust your identity. Dormammu. Alright, newlyweds. Let's go. Black Cat gains the Web Warrior trait. Search your deck and discard pile for Spider-Man ally and add it to your hand. Then you shuffle. Boost icons you discard out. Man, the boost icons have been rough. Alright. Okay. Yggdrasil. Staff. Artifact. Black Cat gains the Mystic trait. Okay. Give a character a status card. Okay. So Black Cat's loot cards, kind of good. She's Mystic adjacent. I do it. So exhaust Black Cat. Resolve the special ability on a Black Cat card. So you would exhaust her to do one of the things on these cards that we were seeing, which is actually bonkers good, right? Just heal and deal 2 damage. Just draw a card, right? Just reduce the cost of the next card you play. Move 3 threat. I mean, some of that stuff is really interesting. This might be a little too strong. I just exhaust and I stun the enemy. Like, talk about the easiest stun lock in the world. This card might be a little strong. All right, the Gilded Vault. Hinder X, where X is the number of upgrade cards on Black Cat. Oh, it's going to be like 10. Players cannot resolve triggered abilities on upgrade cards. Yo, that's strong. Plus it's a, excuse me, extra acceleration token. That's rough. That's really rough. That's a rough side scheme. Kind of like Nebula's techniques, yeah. The Gilded Saint. Null, infinite. I like where this is going already. It's an elite god. Makes sense that they'd be elite too. The Gilded Saint cannot be defeated. Okay. Shuffle 1 upgrade from the Black Cat's loot set you control into the encounter deck. Shuffle this card into the encounter deck. And basically it gets an extra bag card each round. That's kind of a cool concept, right? Because we just talked about how like bonkers some of those upgrade cards from the loot deck are. I think that's a interesting way to like thin it back out. Bargain. In Sight 1, you may choose to discard an upgrade card you control and heal X damage from your identity, where X is equal to the discarded card's resource cost. If no card is discarded this way, this card gains Surge. Problem is, like, a lot of the upgrade cards are null cost. That's the only rough one. God trait, I know, right? Alright, another bargain. Okay. Oh god, this looks rough already. Null cost upgrade. Treat this card as if it was part of the Black Cat loot set. Special, heal all damage from your hero. Oh god, D to Manhattan. You can't get rid of it. Oh, gives you extra back card and an acceleration icon. That's rough. That's a rough card. Oof. All right, hospital debts. Her obligation. Hero specific cards you play cost one more resource. Okay. Spend one resource of any type to place one payment counter here. Exhaust your identity. Remove 3 payment counters from here. Remove hospital. That's an interesting concept. So hospital debts, the way it works, hero specific cards will cost one more. Okay. Spend one resource of any type to place a hospital counter here. Okay. Then alter ego, exhaust your identity and remove 3 payment counters from here. Remove hospital debts from the game. That's a cool trait. That's a cool idea. I kind of like that. For how powerful she is, this kind of makes sense. I gotta say, this is another Nemesis deck that's pretty interesting. I like the idea of all these cat burglary, whatever they're called. What are they? Black Cat's loot cards. I like the idea. I do think it gets out of hand pretty fast. I think it makes it really strong. I feel like there's a lot of different like weird competing mechanics in this. Where like the hero cards with the permanent upgrades you get in the beginning, I think they're really fascinating. I feel like it's just like a lot of upgrades. Like my mat would be full of upgrades. And I feel like they had 2 really good ideas and they merged them together in this one deck. And they could be like split apart. Like I think I would do either permanent upgrades like this and not do 3 out of 4, but maybe like 2 out of 4 or something like that. I think that's a really cool idea. I like the cards themselves, right? Discard X cards from the top of the encounter deck. If you discard a loot card, put ones on their play. So breaking and entering could get you those cards kind of fast, or get those 2 of them. Crack the code. If you control 2 or more upgrades in Black Cat's loot set, remove 1 additional threat from the scheme for each of those upgrades. So it'd be 2 for 5 pretty easily, right? And there's what, 6 of those cards in total, so it can be up to like a lot. There's a lot of threat removal. Feline dexterity. Resolve the special ability on a Black Cat card or Black Cat loot. That's not bad. Savvy strike. I think you're doing like 8 damage on this. The crew. I feel like I would never use the crew. I feel like it's just so much weaker than everything else. Okay, so when you would discard cards from Cat Burglaries. Wait, what is Cat Burglaries force response? Is that this thing? Okay, that's this thing. This is the force response. Okay, so after you use the force response, discard 1 additional card. So I guess this is supposed to be like a hindrance? That's weird. Agree. Kind of, I don't know what to think about this one. Interesting. You would need a lot of space for it on your board. Yeah, Canadian, agree. Kind of feels like 2 different concepts in the deck. I do like them though. Sam, still not bad and probably the most fleshed out. I gave it a 6. Yeah, so I like it. So obviously the weak part is that she has only a 4 hand size and 9 hit points, right? In a 1/1/1, though you can easily bump that up. I like the idea. I do think it's 2 different ideas, and I think if you took one of those ideas and saved it for something else, I think this is like an 8 design. I think with both of them, it's a little too much. It's like I kind of agree, a 5 or 6 design, but I think it's just because there's too much going on. I think you either do this directive one, or you do cat burglary. Personally, I like the idea of cat burglary more. I think it's a cooler idea. But I like the other one too. I like directive as well. But yeah, I would split them up. So yeah, I like the idea. I like the idea. I really do. I think it's a pretty cool idea. Yeah, I think it's a lot going on. I agree that it's 2 different ideas. Yeah. So I would keep this one. I would save the directives for something else. This is another EK August deck. They did a pretty good job with the last one, if I remember correctly. All right, so Wade Wilson. All right, so Wade, 4 cost recovery. I like that it has the comic book thing already. You really don't want to be here. That's fun. 6 hand size, 8 hit points. Now, this is what everyone's kind of talking about, right? Is that Deadpool should have a low amount of hit points. Spend a science resource. Return the bottommost hero-specific card from your discard pile to your hand. Okay. The only thing is, this is going to start the great debate again of what is bottommost. Is that the top or the bottom? Because we at Discord had a long argument about what the bottommost is. And also attack or thwart or whatever it was that we argued about forever. Okay, so spend the science resource to return the bottommost hero specific card from your discard pile to your hand. Okay, so you can kind of trade off cards. That's fine. So actual Deadpool is a 2/2/2. You sure you got enough traits in there? Want to try and fit Guardian? All right, so he is Avenger, Defender, Hero for Hire, Mercenary, Shield, Spy, X-Men. I like it. I like it. Healing Factor Thingy. It's 5 hand size, 8 hit points. Interrupt. When Deadpool would be defeated, set his hit point dial to 1 instead, then place 1 acceleration token on the main scheme. He gets an extra bad card every single round. His kit better be strong. What? No X-Force, right? No X-Force and no X-Factor either. There's a lot of things missing, I feel like. 1 out of 10 already. Also, I feel like if his hit point goes to 1, he's just going to keep dying, right? Like, really fast. So hopefully they do something with that in his deck, but we'll have to see. Alright. Lady Deadpool. Let's go. 3/1/2/3 is a mercenary. When you reveal an encounter card, heal 1 damage. Heal 1 damage from Lady Deadpool. Interesting. After Lady Deadpool enters play, find a weapon upgrade and add it to your hand. So that's kind of a cool play of what it's doing. Right? Because you should be revealing 2 encounter cards. So you heal her twice. That's kind of interesting how they're doing that. That's an interesting concept. I like that idea. Blam Blam. 0 cost event. Okay, so hero action, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Deal 1 additional damage for each acceleration token in play. Deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. 0 cost for 10 damage. Sign me up. Alright. EK who designed this, you can tell definitely have fun with this. Okay, so deal 2 damage to an enemy. Okay. Deal 1 additional damage for each acceleration token in play. And then deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Okay. In multiplayer, you might not be dealt the hazard card. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Well, it's just when you reveal, and well, I guess it's you, right? When you reveal. Okay, yeah, that's true. All right, so Blam Blam. Interesting. All right, so the words change. I still can't decide if this is good or not. All right, everything else is the same. And then, oh, hey, the little box changed. All right, so three of them for Blam Blam. Okay. Then Escape with Flare, 1 cost event. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Remove 1 additional threat for each acceleration token in play. Do yourself 1 face down encounter card. Okay, so you'll get a lot of encounter cards, which isn't fantastic yet. So you gotta figure out a way to balance that out. Target acquired, 2 cost event. Boom goes the dynamite. Deals 6 damage to an enemy. All right, 2 for 6. Discard 1 face down encounter card. Okay. Discard 1 face down encounter card and deal X additional damage, where X is equal to the card's boost. And there's no limit. Okay. Okay, that card can get bonkers pretty fast, right? I mean, if you have 2 face down cards that are 6 total, you're looking at 2 for 12. And it gains overkill in the attack. Forget about it. That could be strong. Target acquired. Okay, same thing. Okay, so 3 of them. Okay, Deadpool's katana. Swords are way cooler than guns. Fact check, true. 3 cost upgrade. Weapon restricted. Deadpool gains retaliate. That's fine. When you use one of Deadpool's basic powers, exhaust katana, Deadpool gets +1 for that power. What was his power? Was he? Oh, he's a 2/2/2. Oof, that makes him pretty darn strong. All right, so restricted. That's fine. He has another katana. Same exact thing. Would you be able to double up on them then? Or no? Because it's an interrupt. So when you use one of Deadpool's basic powers, exhaust Deadpool's katanas, Deadpool gets +1. Unless there's a way to ready him up, right? You wouldn't be able to use that again. Deadpool's pistols, again, so now you have to make choices. Because he doesn't get rid of the restricted keyword. So Deadpool uses 2 charge counters. Deadpool attacks gain range. Exhaust Deadpool's pistol and remove 1 charge counter from it. Add 1 copy of Blam Blam from your discard pile to your hand. Okay. That's fine. Okay, he's got a lot of weapons. My work here is done. 0 cost upgrade. Genius. After Deadpool defeats an enemy or removes... Wait, so you could put this on him and give him the genius trait? After Deadpool defeats an enemy or removes the last star from a scheme, draw 1 card and deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Okay. And super not dying power. 0 cost upgrade. When you reveal an encounter card, heal 2 damage from your identity. That's only going to trigger once a turn, right? Alright, so every single time you reveal, you get to heal back up. Man, okay, so there's... Did you have... Oh, you're right, it is plural. So you have to get both of them in there. That's weird. You have to use side holster cards. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Good call, Micah. Okay, so super not dying power is kind of interesting. So this is how you're going to die. Put acceleration tokens on. Heal back up each time. You also get rid of them with like escape from flare. Right, removes... Oh, no, it doesn't remove the acceleration tokens. What removes the acceleration tokens? Was it he that removed them? Wait, was there a way to remove acceleration tokens? No. All right, let's go. We'll look at them. The only issue I see is, like, I don't know how he beats Rano on solo. Like, I feel like that's just not going to be a thing that happens. Because you're just going to go through acceleration icons so fast. Like, there's going to be so many acceleration tokens so fast. All right, introducing Deadpool Nemesis. Side scheme. Hinder X, where X is equal to the number of yellow text boxes on all cards in play and on top of discard piles. That's my own Nemesis set. That's insanity. Or I'm my own Nemesis. Okay. 2 threat goes on there, and it has a crisis icon and a boost icon. Wait, his Nemesis card is 10 cards? Okay. Bring home the bacon. Another day, another dollar. Surge, when revealed, spend 1 resource. If that resource is deal 2 damage to Deadpool, Deadpool draws a card. Give Deadpool 1 face down boost card. Repeat this ability. I'm not sure how wild would work. If you draw a wild... Oh, I guess you just keep going. Okay, I get it. Classes in session. It's like advanced, but don't think about it too much. Deadpool schemes. If he cannot, the card gains surge. Add the amount of threat in the main scheme equal to Deadpool's thwart. Okay. I guess that's doing another one of them. Did he really beat Cap? Choose one. Choose both instead if you are Deadpool. Exhaust your identity, discard an ally you control. Okay. Everybody loves Deadpool. Surge. Heal all damage from Deadpool. Okay. The rules can't be okay with this. Deadpool attacks you. If you cannot, this card gains surge. Deal an equal amount of damage to your identity equal to Deadpool's attack. Give him a boost icon. So I guess you can't really attack yourself, so it would just gain surge. Okay. Surge. Rest for the wicked. I'm taking a break. Superpowers for all. Surge. Give each hero and villain a tough status. That's fine. Pressing engagement. Exhaust Wade Wilson. Remove this pressing engagement from the game. Discard X cards from your hand where X is the number of acceleration tokens in play. If you cannot, discard gain surge. Okay. Okay. Clever. I like this. I want the chance of mini Hydra Bob. The deck is the right mine. And that's exactly what I want from Deadpool. I don't like the acceleration token mechanic personally. There's some very low main schemes. The Cable hero can get rid of them. That's true. You have to pair it up with Cable. Yeah, so I like the idea, right? It is very all over the place. I think the acceleration token will get out of hand super quick. Like, super quick. Also, I don't know how he wins on Expert. Ronin can legit attack him 3 times in a round and you will lose 3 rounds, right? Because it just you can't do anything then. Like, I don't see how he beats anyone expert. Yeah, the acceleration mechanic seems too hard. I agree with that, Lord. Even 2 or 3 acceleration tokens are going to make a ton of villains feel like Rhino. Yeah. Like, again, like, generally speaking, for expert, right, you don't want more bad cards. And the fact that you'd be getting a bad one every single time, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy. I just don't see how he wins. I honestly, if they did this mechanic with the acceleration, I think you go with 3-3-3 stat line. I think you'd have to make him the strongest hero possible with that idea. I like the idea of the hero, but the acceleration token you have in hand pretty hard, yeah. He brings his own nemesis, which is awesome. I do like that. I like the idea of the own nemesis deck. Adding 10 cards, though, is crazy. Feels pretty on brand for Deadpool. It does. It does. He's very similar to Deadpool ally. Yeah. Like, I don't hate the idea. I just don't know how it works on the expert. Yeah, I mean, it's a 5 probably for me. Everyone else, let me know what you all think. It's probably like a 5 for me. I like the idea. I like the humor involved. I like the idea of the nemesis set is you, right? I like the idea. I think it's a fun idea. I think you make it 3-3-3, and you get ways to get the acceleration tokens off. Maybe that's that you take bad cards and you just have like really bad rounds. I don't know.